Breakfast is how we break our fast from overnight, and it really sets the tone for the day. So it's really important. It really can have a big impact on whether we're successful for the day or whether we sabotage our day. I want to explain to you why and how you can set your day off stronger, better, closer, aligning on track so that you know your days start supporting your weight loss goals. Because very often people make the common breakfast choices, which from the beginning in the morning sabotage their days. So let's talk. What are common breakfast choices? What do people frequently eat? Well, common choices are frequently muffins, large sweet rolls, pastries, biscuits, sugary boxes of cereals, bagels, granolas that sound healthy but they can be packed with sugar. Even fruit juices are high in sugar. And again, most of the foods that I just mentioned have what I call the high 4 and the low 1. They're high sugar, high carbs, high fat, and high calories, all of which are not conducive to weight loss plans. That's the 4 high, and the 1 low, they have low nutritional density. So per calorie, for the calories you eat, you're not getting much nutrition. They're really what are referred to as empty calories. We want to eat for nutritional purposes to support our body, to support our health. And when we do that, at the same time, we're supporting our weight loss goals. When you load your stomach with sugar, right from the start, you do a lot of things. First of all, sugar leads to inflammation in the body. It sends out hormones, which are messengers that tell the body to keep the metabolism slow and to keep the body stuck in fat storing mode, not to burn calories, which is what we want when we want to lose weight. So those are a few bad negative consequences already from loading breakfasts with those high sugar, high carb, high calorie foods. It slows the metabolism. It keeps you locked in fat storing mode, neither of which is useful. And also, when you do that, it fails to release GLP-1 hormones. By eating those high sugar foods, you don't release GLP-1 hormones, which signify fullness or hunger to the brain to tell you that you've eaten, you're full. And often people say they don't get a sense of hunger. Well, if you don't eat foods that release those hunger messengers, then you're not going to get the GLP-1 release, the hormone release, and those responses. And people reach for the GLP-1 drugs because they're not getting their hormones released naturally in their body. So again, if you are eating foods that sabotage weight loss goals, you're not going to get the GLP-1 hormone release. So what do you really want to do? What would be a good choice? And actually, before I do that, I want to mention one other thing. Lots of people I know tell me, especially people who are trying to lose weight, they say, well, I don't even eat breakfast. I want to save calories there. I just have coffee. And I say often to them, I'll say, well, what do you put in your coffee? And they put sugar and sweeteners and cream. And in some of these coffee houses, they put syrups in. And by the time you count up the calories and the carbs and the sugars, it really has the calories that a breakfast would have. And you just think you're having coffee, but you're really having cream and sweeteners for breakfast. So I really encourage people to think about everything you put into the bodies and think about the impact. Now, what would you like to support health, to support weight loss? Ultimately, a good supportive breakfast, both for health and weight loss, would be proteins, healthy fats, and high fiber. The high fiber will help you feel full. The healthy fats keep you, again, as it says, healthy and out of inflammatory responses. The protein as well. And all three of those collectively keep the body healthy. They will help release the fullness cues, the natural GLP-1s. I want to talk again a moment about one of the reasons we reach for those high calorie, high carb, high fat breakfasts is they're readily available. They're ultra processed, they're ultra prepared. It's easy to pick up a box of these sweet sugar cereals. It's easy to take out a muffin or a roll or a biscuit or a pastry. Well, you know what's also easy to think about? Nature's fruits. It's really just as easy to take out an orange and cut it up, to have some berries ready, or if you don't like an orange, to have a grapefruit, or an apple, or a pear. These are delicious fruits. They are as readily available. You don't have to cook them, you don't have to make a fuss with them. I also have gone and learned to like having a small side salad with my breakfast. Now, that's not a traditional breakfast, but nobody says that you can't do it instead of all these sweet content foods. I like having a small side salad for breakfast because then I can count some vegetables that I've eaten. It's high fiber and it's going to help set off the GLP-1 hormones early in my day. So all of that is healthy, beneficial, and good to do. Some good proteins for breakfast that you might think of as well are eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meats, and beans count in there as well. There are tons of things you can do. You can just search for recipes, or Greek yogurt with some berries is simple, easy to do, takes no time, and you can do it. I tell my clients an overnight berry oats recipe: half a cup of oats, a quarter of a cup of the type of milk you like, and a quarter a cup plain yogurt. Mix it together, leave it in your refrigerator overnight. You get up in the morning, and it's easier than opening a box of cereal. I also talk, just as another example, a vegetable scramble. So mix with some eggs to cook up some vegetables, an onion, a bell pepper, cherry tomatoes, some greens, and just cook it up really quickly. It really doesn't take a lot of time. You can add seasonings to enjoy it. If you want to add a small slice of bread on the side, you can do that, keeping the carbs somewhat low. 10 minutes and you're done. And there's a dairy-free, egg-free, vegetable-based recipe that I recommend to my clients as well. Banana, cottage cheese, what I call delicious pancakes. So you want to mix a ripe banana, 2 eggs, half a cup cottage cheese, half a cup oat flour or blended rolled oats, half a teaspoon vanilla extract, half a teaspoon baking powder. I can send you that recipe if you want. You can add some lemon zest, but you mix that together. You mix the ingredients until they're combined. You have a batter. You put some healthy cooking oil in a skillet or a frying pan, maybe avocado oil or grapeseed oil. I don't like to cook with extra virgin olive oil because of the boiling point. But doing that, you cook it for a couple of minutes and it's really cooked. So those are really simple. The other thing I recommend to my clients to think about, what about some leftover dinner from last night? Like I mentioned that I sometimes do a small side salad. Usually there may be some leftover healthy protein and a healthy fat, and you might want to do that. So again, you want to move away from that high 4, low 1. The commonly ultra prepared breakfasts that are easy to reach for, but they're also ultra processed, really have a lack of nutrients. And so you're really eating empty calories in most of those breakfast choices that people make that really sabotage weight loss goals. Again, like the biscuits and rolls and pastries and muffins, all of those sweets really bring very little nutritional value to to support your health and to help you stay on a track for weight loss. There are so many options, so many healthy options. And remember, as I always say, when you support your health, when you make healthy choices, you are almost always supporting weight loss goals as well. Healthy choices keep you out of inflammation. Healthy choices for breakfast with proteins, healthy fats, and fibers help you release your GLP-1 hormones. And going back to these foods can help you get back in touch with your GLP-1 hormones so that you don't have to take external drugs with GLP-1 simulator hormones that just act like your natural hormones because you're not used to releasing your own. Again, many choices that make supportive breakfasts. I love the idea of leftover dinners. I love the idea of a side salad because you start getting your vegetables that you want to eat for the day right away, and you're going to get fiber, and you're going to get a lot of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals right away. Um, and so I love those ideas. But there are many ideas, and again, as easily available as the breads, the biscuits, the pastries, which you don't have to do anything to prepare, are nature's natural fruits and vegetables. Fruits, you can cut up an orange, have an apple, a banana, a pear, berries. Any of those are healthier than most of the choices that people commonly have for breakfast. And again, nature's choices, vegetables, can help you make a salad. You can use a bell pepper, tomato, lettuce, cucumber to make a healthy salad. That is delicious. Get a healthy dressing, extra virgin olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette with some seasonings, and you can really enjoy and have a filling breakfast that keeps you on track, that doesn't sabotage your day from the beginning. So I'd like to really encourage you, think about your choices for breakfast because the tone you set for the day makes a difference. Again, another way to think about this is when you choose those high sugar breakfasts, your blood sugar is going way up. And when it goes up, that means it surges. That means at some point it's going to go way down as a result, as a consequence of the first surge. And when it goes down, that's a supportive environment for sugar cravings, for telling you you are next hungry. And that is not helpful if you want to lose weight and limit calories. So again, for many, many reasons, the common breakfast choices that popularly people reach for are exactly the types of choices that sabotage a good weight loss track. And you want to intentionally make choices that not only keep you on track, but support health. When you make choices that keep you on track, like the ones I've been talking about, It supports your weight loss goals. It helps speed up your metabolism. It helps bring you from fat storing to fat burning mode so that indeed you can burn calories actively instead of saving them when your body is full and full of sugar. So, this is a step that I think you can think about. There are many steps that, when combined, can bring you to successful and permanent weight loss. And that is what I talk to all of my clients about. That is what I want all of you to achieve: successful and permanent weight loss. And breakfast is an important decision that can help support you in that goal and help lead you, help get you where you want to be. So think about your breakfasts and think about the steps that you take that can keep you on track so that you don't sabotage your track. And again, breakfast is one of the important plans that we want to put in place to get permanent weight loss. If you'd like to talk about your breakfast choices with me, or about some of the other things that you need to do to lose weight, I am happy to speak more to you about them. So I will put my calendar in the chat. I am happy to have a conversation if you'd like more information. And again, the goal is to get you out of the yo-yo diet cycle, out of those habits and steps that really keep you from getting to your goal, that sabotage the pathway to your goals. Let's keep you on track, healthy, on the way to healthy, successful, permanent weight loss. Let's talk soon.